Christos Anesti. Today I have a beautiful revelation from a Yerondisa, Yerondisa Galactia, for those that have heard her. She reposed in 2021, and you may have heard Metropolitan Neophytos of Morpho that has spoken about this holy woman. Now, the reason I filmed this miracle, this revelation, is because not only we have many miracles and revelations surfacing since this Yerondisa reposed, but also because the video below this, which I'll put the video here for you to see, I spoke about the priest that assumed that no one was going to be at the liturgy, only the chanter, and because it was cold, he did not want to go, and what he experienced. But now we're going to see the other side, because God gets his point across. He shows us certain things, he allows certain things, but sometimes it doesn't happen the same way for everyone. I'll speak about the charities at the very end of this video. So what I have here is what the priest has written, his testimony, and it says, a priest from a Cretan metropolis called and left his phone number at the holy monastery of Virgin Mary Kaliviani. After speaking to him, this is what he's accounted. On the feast day of the archangels, he says he did not want to perform the holy liturgy, although the parishioners had great love for the archangels. He says that he chose to betray his priestly mission and instead to work in the field as it was olive season. You see, the materialistic gain can attack easy the soul of a priest, like the desires of the flesh. A little old lady that had inherited a holy icon of the archangels was begging the priest. He's saying was begging me with tears, asking me not to leave her holy icon without the opportunity of partaking in the liturgy of the archangels. She also had artoklasia, where her loaves would be blessed and then distributed to the parishioners, and so she asked, how will I be able to do that without the liturgy? Now the priest says, I though got angry, and I started saying to her, why don't you all leave me alone? I'm fed up with you all. You're all ungrateful. You don't even think about my fuel expenses, or that I travel 10 kilometers, neither that I sacrifice what is beneficial for my family, for you all. I will only come on Sundays, and even that is too much for you. Now, the divine revelation. The night of the Archangel's feast day, he says that he laid down, and that although the Papavia, the presbytera, was trying to wake him up, he would not wake up. And as a result, she got out of bed and she rose and woke up all the neighborhood. I did come back to my senses, the priest says, at 9 a.m. But what had taken place? That night, a little old lady, a nun, took me with her and said, come so I can show you the place where the priests that have betrayed their oath are. Incredible. No one should live such a similar experience, not even for a second. For real, not even a second, he says. The little old lady was holding my hands, and I was shaking from fear. She said to me, are you a priest of God, the highest, or a farmer? A priest, I replied. Then be careful, my son, she continued. It is not a good deed, or going out of your way for your flock. It is your duty, your mission. Why did you speak badly to that little old lady, the Holy One? All your actions expand all the way here into eternity. Have a look. I saw the depths of hell, horrible depth that cannot be explained, voices and screams of desperation, pleas for help. Who are these people? I asked her. She replied, "The priests that have gone against their oath, the impious ones. And further down are the archpriests, the impious ones, the adulterous, the perverted, the ones that love money, etc., and go against their holy duty, and generally all those who have betrayed their mission. Come here so I can show you the other side." She then took me to a bright place in a massive temple with incredible light and hymns that made me want to fall down. The temple had no start and no end. The despot, who was in the center, could not be faced from the bright light. Many bishops and priests in white were all around. I saw the priest of the village that when I was a child, I was in the holy altar as his assistants. I saw two of my fellow students from preschool that died at a young age. The great high priest spoke and said, "Yerondisa galactia, why did you bring this apostate here?" Apostati, as we say in Greek. "He desecrates my legacy. He considers his priesthood to be second best. He does not look after my lambs. He hunts them and swears at them." She then knelt down and told me to kneel as well. With modesty, but with ease, she said to him, "I brought him, my lord, so he can gain knowledge. He is a good child. It will be a shame for him to be lost. Give him a chance." He then said, "I will give him a chance for your sake. May he return." As I left, says the priest, I saw myriads of angels, and with one voice they said, "You say that you do not know us, and you ignore our feast days, but we surround you every time you perform the liturgy." Suddenly I found myself on top of my bed, and I saw the neighborhood gathered as the papadia was screaming. The little old lady was holding me, and she said, "Get back in your body, my child, and repent. Be careful from here onwards." I was shaking still, and I just managed to say, "Who are you? So I can thank you that you saved me." She smiled and she said, "Monachi galactia, from Kaliviani, tis Mesaras." And then she disappeared. I opened my eyes and I was still shaken. My solemn body was still shaken. I did not say anything. For 2 days I was not talking and remained in a fasted state. I explained to Papadia so she was not worried. I didn't know much about recent saints, and when I would hear, I would tease. The priest goes on to say that he informed them that I want to come next Tuesday for the 6th time to the grave of this nun. I thank her that although she was unknown and what I heard about her was indifferent, she brought me out from the depths of hell. If you want, we can meet on Wednesday. He goes on to say that he says he forgot to mention that when the little old lady returned him to his body, she said, "It's good and blessed to work in the field because you have a family, but not on Sundays and on big feast days, and never when you are going to burden your main mission, meaning as a priest." And see that there is life after death. It is eternal. We can see also that Christ, or Megas Archiereas, he is the one that can actually say, "Send him back." He has that authority. And that's how we know that our Christian Orthodox faith is the true faith as revealed to us all. The true faith from above, from God. Now, as far as the charity, I just want to let everyone know that at the end of the month, we sent the money for the orphans. If anyone wants, the links are below. You can go on GoFundMe and you can see all the receipts that I put. We have over 10 or 11 feeding programs with individual parishes. Each and every name of the priest is mentioned, and on social media they're even tagged. So the receipts are provided, everything's transparent for all of you to see, because there's no overheads where your money goes. And as far as the Church of Saint EPHRAIM, which is church number 14, just so you all know, it is progressing. We've sort of sent almost half the money. So please, if you can, please continue with your donations so we can finish church number 14 of Saint EPHRAIM. So God bless you all. As an unworthy sinner that I am, I pray for you all morning and night. Christos Anesti, alithos Anesti, o Kyrios. Amen.